Hi, I'm Mac Begeiskis, and this is my SnowRunner Beginner's Guide to an excellent first hour or 40 minutes of the game mile by mile guide. The tutorial in the game itself is pretty good, but it makes you feel incapable. So I'm going to walk you through minute by minute what you can do, and you can get through all of this in 40 minutes. And by the end, you'll be almost level 3. You'll have $7,000 in cash in the bank. You'll have 2 garages, 2 big trucks, 2 scouts. One of them will be upgraded. And I also feel like this is pretty true to the vanilla experience. So the way this video is going to work is I'm going to show you a route on a map. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and then I would say just pause it and do that portion and like pick up from there. The tutorial initially takes you past this first watchtower, but this watchtower, it just makes sense to be the first one to get because it's right near the starting area. So you just take a left, you head up the road, stay in auto, follow the road. It'll take less than 2 minutes. This will be 50 points or stars, and then as soon as you get up to that place, you can just hit V and recover, or whatever it is on the controller, recover, and it'll bring you right back to the starting point, and that's your first 2 minutes. Next, you're going to be heading a little bit farther toward the town, and again, stay in auto, just follow the road straight through, kind of use the grass to go around the mud. You really shouldn't be driving through the mud too much in this game, especially in the early game. This will take about 2 minutes, and this will also get you 50 stars getting this tower. So you're just unlocking these watchtowers, which opens up the map. And these stars are your experience points. This next route will take you from that spot that you left off at that watchtower. You're gonna kind of head north-ish, and again, just follow the roads, stay in auto, don't worry about low gears or different gears, just stay in auto, hold down that accelerator button, use the grass. This will take you less than 2 minutes, and this will get you the Chevy 1500 raised upgrades for the truck that you're currently driving. So that'll be pretty helpful, and we'll put that into the truck in a few more moves here. Alright, the next 2 minutes is going to take you a little bit past town, and we're going to unlock some trailers. In the game, when you recognize, when the game sees that you're close enough to a trailer that exists on the map, you get discovery points, and so this will get you 60 stars or 60 experience point. Just get close to these trailers enough that they'll visibly drop, and then you'll get a little indicator on the screen saying that you got the points. So that's another 60 stars in under 2 minutes. And from that trailer, we're going to head east. If you try to go north on that road, it's going to be blocked. So we want to kind of cut through here, and then you'll just cut right up through the grass. No reason to shift gears or anything for this whole portion. This will take less than 1 minute and 30 seconds, and you'll get another 30 points or stars for unlocking that third watchtower. Here, if you stay to the right side, as you're going over that, you'll be just fine. We're gonna leave that watchtower and we're gonna go north across the water. You can see in the image on the left that there's a spot where you might need to use your winch for the very first time in the game. Just winch to that pine tree right there and pull yourself over, and you might need to winch a second time, but usually just one time will get you across that. Then the rest is really straightforward. There are some shortcuts that you could take to get up to this spot, but I would say just take the road, because part of this specific path that I've chosen lets you experience different aspects of the game, and so there's a little bit of a rockier, narrower, winding aspect to this little route. And at the end of the route, you're going to discover the Scout 800 vehicle, which is actually a great scout as long as you keep it low later in the game. And it'll also get you 100 points or stars. This will take less than 3 minutes. A huge aspect of this game is practicing jumping from one truck to the other. So this would be a good time to do it. We now own the Scout 800 vehicle and the Chevy. So you can go into your menu and click change truck, and a little icon will pop up, and then you can switch over to that vehicle. And then you can also do this through the map menu. So on the right side of the screen, you can see you can kind of use that drop down menu on the trifold map icon, and then underneath that just select whatever trailer, hit enter, or hit whatever button on your controller, and it'll pop you into that vehicle. For now though, we're going to leave the Scout 800 right where it is, jump back into Chevy just because we're comfortable driving it. And the Chevy is an excellent starter Scout for the game. You can use it in later DLC. In fact, all the trucks we talk about today you can use in other maps and are great. So we're actually going to leave this regional map, Black River, and we're going to go to the Smithville Dam. Again, just to introduce a few other concepts. Number one is going downhill. Some people struggle going downhill, and we're also going to go into low gear for the first time. So put it in low and kind of take this route and just put your nose straight down the hill. You don't even have to hit the gas button really. You'll just roll down, but that low gear will stop the vehicle from accelerating too fast and causing damage or wrecking anything like that. Take a left, get to the Smithville Dam gateway, and then click on the gateway. The gateway is the method, there are tunnels. This is the method that SnowRunner uses to get all the regional maps connected together. And there are contracts in the game where you'll be going through multiple regions for one particular mission. The first road to the right will take you right up to a garage, and this will be the first garage that we unlock. This will take 2 minutes to get there from the Scout 800 all the way to this garage. Will take under 2 minutes. Immediately at that right turn, there's some water. I would just hang a left around the water, and you should be fine getting up to the garage. So once you get there, make sure you drive past the little dotted lines on the ground and go into the garage. And what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade our truck. You can warp your vehicles back to it whenever you want through recovery. You can also retain your vehicles and jump them to any other garage that you discovered anywhere else in the game. You can see on the left that upgraded suspension that we found earlier is now available to us for free. So we can just install it to our Chevy, and now we have a raised suspension. And a lot of these upgrades will work for multiple vehicles. So you unlock it for one maybe at first, but then later on another vehicle will use it. The raised suspension does make the Chevy a little bit tippier, but as long as you're careful, and you should be careful with this first map, you should be just fine. This part will initiate the game's tutorial of asking you to travel to different regions first. So I would just follow that. It takes like 30 seconds. You go to another region and then just pop back to Smithville Dam and you'll be all set. And we're gonna do one other thing in Smithville Dam before we go back to Black River. It is tempting to completely scout this region too, but we haven't finished with Black River. We're gonna go down and take this route here. Once you get into the off-road portions on this, you're gonna have to be really careful because there's a considerable amount of more mud on this route. So stick to the right of the road instead of riding on the road. You might need to winch maybe once, but you should have pretty easy access over to that watchtower. And then you got another 50 stars this time from that one, and this will take you about 4 minutes. When you get to the watchtower and unlock it, then hit recover, and you'll recover right back to that garage that we started off, and that way you don't have to deal with any of that off-road nonsense. You can just take the paved road back to the gateway. We're gonna go back the way we came, except we're not gonna go up that hill, of course. This will take you about 6 minutes to go all the way from the garage in Smithville Dam over to this spot in the upper left corner of the screen. And this is going to give you an unlock for the Chevy engine upgrade, and you'll be able to install that in just a little bit. Now we're kind of returning to the in-game tutorial mission. You're going to try to find that first truck, the GMC, and on your way from that upgrade that you just got for the Chevy engine, you probably want to hit the tasks. You have these little icons that look like pieces of paper, missing machinery and motel woes. Go ahead and pick those up. And then you're going to go down to the GMC, which is part of the main tutorial. All this can be done in under 3 minutes, just driving in auto as normal, and it'll get you another 100 stars or points. Once you do get to the old truck, make sure you go into the menu and you click on the clipboard icon, and it will show all your available contracts. You want to find the Old Bridge Reconstruction contract for Steel River and make sure you accept it, and that'll activate it for you. So that's an important step. That'll get you in line with the tutorial. Right now, you're about 640 points ahead of where you would be if you just followed the normal tutorial, and you also wouldn't have had the experience of kind of the different terrain and the gateways. We've done quite a bit. A few more steps to go here. So before we go to town to pick up the metal beams that you need, you want to go down the hill toward the lumber mill, but don't go through the lumber mill because there's a lot of mud there. So go down, kind of follow the route that I have on the map. You'll go along the fence, kind of back in to get that trailer, and that trailer alone will give you 30 points, 30 stars, and then you'll hitch that trailer onto your truck and pull it right up that slow hill back to town, where you can pick up the metal bars at the town storage and have you in the direction facing that we need to go in the next step. The GMC, but it's a totally capable truck. This whole thing will take less than 4 minutes. Now we're hauling to the bridge, This step will take just under 2 minutes. You're going to drive up to the old bridge, you're going to unload the metal bars, and then after that, you'll be able to unload the wood that's in the trailer, and we get 350 stars and or experience points for taking care of that. It's easy to try to go too fast, and you might swivel and slide and have a disaster, so just take your time riding along and enjoy the view. The next step is to get to the normal garage that the tutorial would bring you to, and this is just a long straight shot. There are a couple spots that are tough to get. This will take you less than 5 minutes. Keep the trailer hitched up, stay to the right side and hug the tree line where you see that arrow going. There's a particularly muddy spot that you get very used to in the game, but if you follow the right side as you're going toward the garage, stick to the trees, you should be just fine. You might need to winch here and there, but again, just hold down the W, power through, no need to go into low gear, just auto all the way. That blue container in the background, there's a dotted area in yellow, a dotted square or a dashed square. Go there, go into the menu, sell the trailer. That'll get you $3,400. And then as you're over there, you see the 3 trailers on the right side. Go close to each one of those so that they kind of get nudged or dropped, and you'll get more points. And then to the left on the screen, you'll see the Fleet Star. The Fleet Star is a great starter vehicle, just as well as the GMC and the Chevy. And there's also the upgrade for the all-wheel drive for the Fleet Star. Also, right across in the garage in the grassy area, there's an upgrade for the GMC. Discover this garage. You're 200 points away from level 3. Tires open up at level 6, so you're very close to the point where you can get all-terrain tires, and that kind of changes the game. That's typically the gateway where you finally feel like you have some control, but hopefully after experiencing this particular introduction to the game, you'll feel a little more confident. You have $7,250 worth of cash, and I would recommend keeping the GMC and the Fleet Star and the Chevy. Those are all great vehicles, and even the Scout 800. There's going to be times where one vehicle isn't enough to pull the load, especially early game, and so I would recommend also getting comfortable using the vehicles in tandem. And so you'll have the GMC in front of the Fleet Star that's loaded up with the trailer or something, both engines on, but they're connected by the winch, and you're pulling the other one, but both vehicles are actually pulling. Any spots where you run into trouble early game, that's really a helpful thing too. Last thing, and don't forget to tow the Fleet Star over. I think I assumed you would just know how to do this, but you actually have to winch the Fleet Star over to the garage, and then you're going to go into the garage with the GMC, and then go out to the map and enter the Fleet Star through the map like we practiced earlier with the Scout, and that way you'll be able to then put the Fleet Star into the garage and it'll auto repair, and then you can kind of mess with the vehicles from there. There's a lot of little things like that in this game that we players who've been playing for a long time forget that it was so hard to figure out. So I was trying to remember a couple of these things. Remember to upgrade the engine in the Chevy because you got that free upgrade. Start looking at tire sizes. Already some tire sizes will be more available to you. I think the 47-inch tires will be available in the GMC. You'll be able to put the all-wheel drive into the Fleet Star. You have 2 garages, so now you can retain any vehicle in this garage in Black River and then summon it in Smithville Dam, and then use that tunnel and gateway back. Less than 2 minutes, you're on that top part of the map, and you don't have to worry about the mud in between. Utilize your locations to kind of make the most out of your situation. I think that's everything, so comment if you like if you do. Thanks for watching.